Welcome back to Instant Clarity Podcast. My name is Tjaša Dorelay and I'm a channeling medium. Are you wondering if the food you eat is supporting your high vibration? Which are the high vibe foods? In this episode, I'm channeling Archangel of Health and Wellbeing, Raphael, and he tells us exactly which are high vibe foods and which food doesn't have high vibe. So it's actually lowering your vibration. Listen to this episode and find out. Dear beautiful soul, my name is Archangel Raphael, and I'm here to extend your consciousness regarding the food you eat. The food that you eat is tremendously affecting the state of your energy because everything in the universe is vibration, is energy. So every physical form, even foods, are vibration, are energy. This means that when you eat food, you actually eat energy. You're actually consuming a certain vibration. So, depending on the level of your personal vibration in any given moment, a certain food can be a high vibe or a low vibe food for you. Let me explain that. You are a vibration, and everything around you is vibration. So let's say that you are taking care of your body by eating healthy, moving your body daily, meditating, going out into nature, living in 5D, being anchored in your heart space, creating your life out of love. Your vibration is quite high, which means that because of this, you will naturally lean towards the foods that are also high vibe. On the other hand, when you don't have high vibe, but your vibration is low because of your lifestyle, you will crave foods that are low vibe foods. And in a certain moment of your time, this can change because it all depends on your personal state of vibration. So, for example, if you're not living out of your soul's energy, if you're not taking care of your body, never moving your body, always sitting inside, never moving your body in the nature, not eating foods from the nature, always arguing, being in the third dimension, being fearful, your original vibration is low, which will consequently mean that you will actually lean towards the foods that are low vibes. This means that if you change what you eat, you can actually affect your personal state of your inner vibration. So, this means that your food can be the portal of your shift of your vibration. When I will share with you which foods are high vibration, I encourage you to add those foods into your life. When you will add those foods into your life, normally what happens is that your vibration is heightened, becomes higher, and this naturally helps you release the attachments to foods which are low vibe. What your mind wants to do is to just stop with eating the foods you know are not good for you, but not bringing into your body foods that are good for you. So you just experience this cycle, vicious cycle of not being able to change your diet or not being able to create the change of your vibration. I encourage you that you just start adding foods that are high vibe foods. This will consequently shift your vibration higher and will help you release the attachment to the foods that are not good for you because they are lowering your vibration. Normally, when you want to start shifting towards the foods that are high vibe foods, your physical body will instantly feel different. But because of your mind's attachments to certain foods, your mind can have problems with this shift. Let's say that I encourage you that you start drinking a lot of water. Your body will instantly feel this is good for you. But your mind can have problems because you are not used to drinking so much water. This is a simple one, but let's say that I encourage you that you start eating only green vegetables for one day. What will happen? Your body will love it because this is so much life force that you are taking in with green vegetables. But your mind can have problems saying, I don't like green vegetables, I don't like the taste, I don't like because I don't feel the same, and so on. So your mind can argue. I encourage you to listen to the body, not the mind, when you do the changes. What I mean by that is that observe how you feel in your physical body, not what resistance you have in your mind. Because your mind is attached to certain types of food because you have a story around it. You have a judgment around it. And because of that, you are reaching for low vibe foods. So let's start with the honest look into your fridge or into your kitchen. All the foods that come from the nature, which means that they were grown in the nature and were not in any kind of way genetically modified, are foods that have higher vibration. All the fruits, all the vegetables, let's say, are the highest vibrational foods. We will start here. Every vegetable, no matter which one, and every fruit, no matter of the type, has a very high frequency, especially if this fruit or vegetable has seen a lot of light from the sun and was grown in a soil that is full of minerals. When you eat these foods, you take in your physical body the light of the sun, the light codes of the fruit or the vegetables, and even the minerals from the soil, from the earth, which supports your body tremendously. I encourage you to start adding fruits and vegetables into your diet, especially green vegetables. Green vegetables have a lot of chlorophyll, and this is actually life energy. When you take in a lot of green vegetables, this vibration is creating life inside of you. You are feeling more powerful. You get the instant connection with your source because of that. I encourage you to add more green vegetables into your diet, but make sure that these vegetables were grown in a soil, that the sun was gently helping these vegetables to grow, and that these vegetables are not genetically modified. The second type of foods that are really high vibe foods are all the other parts of physical reality. So let's say all the minerals, all the vitamins, all the nutrients that you get from the food that is natural. Let's stop here for a moment. Certain types of food can look the same, but one, let's say tomato, is full of nutrients while other is not. Why is that? Again, how is this tomato being grown? With what energy is this tomato being grown? It is so important to understand that you need physically to add vitamins, minerals, nutrients to your body, which can only come to your body through natural food. So if you're using a lot of processed foods, already prepared foods, genetically modified foods, or anything that was created in a lab, even though if this is tomato, this doesn't have a lot of nutrients. So when you eat these foods, the vibration is not high, it's actually low. So you have to be really careful when I say eat a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables, especially the green ones. If you eat a broccoli that was created in a lab, even though this is a broccoli, this will not bring you a lot of life force, even though it looks green. The nutrients that you get from the food are the ones that are actually building your physical body. It is important that you consume foods that are dense in these nutrients. And all natural foods that were grown in the nature, that were not modified or were not created in a lab, have a lot of nutrients. The next thing we have to talk about meat. Meat and fish. When we put meat and fish on a vibrational scale, I can share with you that fish have higher frequency than meat. So I encourage you to eat more fish, but again, those that were actually, swimming in the lakes, in the sea, not the ones that were cultivated outside of their natural habitat. The same goes for meat. The vibration of meat is higher if a certain animal was living outside, not inside. Also, the important thing regarding the meat is how this animal was nurtured. So, was there a loving environment? What this animal was eating? So, I encourage you to really make sure to research your meat before eating it. On the level from 1 to 10, if the 10 is highest, the highest frequency is in fruit and vegetables. This is number 9. And the fish is on number 7. And the meat is on number 3, which you can see right now, the vibration is different. This doesn't mean that this is bad for you. It only means that the frequency, the vibration is more dense. So the frequency of the meat is lower because the frequency is more dense. The energy is more dense than the energy of an apple, for example. The next thing we need to talk about is dairy products. Also, the dairy products are not so high in frequency. They are on number 4, which means, again, that when you use these and put this in your body, this is not heightening your frequency. It's not bad for you. It's just the frequency is lower. I would suggest that most things that you put on your plate come from the higher frequency foods, and the smaller part of the foods that you eat are from a lower frequency of foods. Again, we will elaborate more on this later. So when you eat dairy products, you must understand that they have the energy that is creating connections in your vibrational field. What I mean by that is that the connections are not opened. It's like the best way is to say it's like glue. Dairy products are acting like a glue inside of your vibrational field. So, yes, you can eat this, but just don't exaggerate, because if you eat a lot of dairy products, this is creating a lot of gluish vibrations. So the energy doesn't flow like it should flow. The same goes for gluten. So the gluten you find inside of the crops is acting the same way as dairy products, creating a lot of sticky connections inside of your vibrational field. So all the crops that have gluten inside are again on the number 4, which means that if you want to have a higher frequency of your energy, you need to eat gluten less times than you eat right now. For example, if you eat it every day. When consuming wheat, you have to understand that if you eat a lot of wheat, the vibration is very natural. So the wheat is at number 4 or 5. It depends on the type. And it also depends if it has gluten or not. But what I see right now is that you eat a lot of wheat, which creates a lot of unbalanced lifestyle, because the majority of your diets are focused on the wheat, not on the vegetables. The number 5 is connected, so the vibration 5 is connected with wheat. So you can eat this, of course, but just make sure that you eat more foods that are on a higher frequency on this scale. If we talk about legumes, they are on number 7, which you can eat because the frequency is higher, but make sure that you are rotating different beans and legumes. So you're not eating the same ones every day, because this is the vibration of them. They can be absorbed in your physical body, but if you eat them every day, for a couple of days, this creates a lot of blockages in your vibrational field. So it's like the weights that are holding you down. The frequency is actually higher, but make sure that you're not eating them daily, because they can actually create more grounding for you than opening of your vibration. We have to talk also about all the processed foods. So all the processed foods are on number 1 because they don't contain life force, and therefore they don't heighten your vibration. So before eating a certain food, just check, was this food cultivated in a natural environment or was created in a lab or a not natural space, because all the processed foods are quite disturbing for your vibrational field. They are on number 1. When we focus on the foods, we can actually say that all the foods need to coexist. It's not about only eating one type of food. You can eat everything, but you must understand that if you are a high vibrational person, taking care of yourself on all other levels of life, eating high vibe foods will support you. On the other hand, if you are a person who doesn't have such high vibe in his field because of the lifestyle, the foods that are in the lower part of this scale will support you because they are a more vibrational match for you. And this is how you can also see what is the vibration of a person. If a person is reaching for high vibe foods, they already are anchored in the 5D, allowing the frequency of the fifth dimension to exist in their physical reality. When someone is just, eating the foods that are processed, eating a lot of meat, a lot of wheat, and not reaching to high vibe foods, this means that his frequency is still lower in the 3D dimension. And what I can say is that when the civilization on planet Earth will move to a higher frequency state, you will stop eating meat, you will stop eating wheat. And maybe this is for you scary right now and you can't even imagine this happening, but the reality is that in the future you will be plant-based and you will drink and eat the energy of the physical surrounding, not so much the physical products. But we are not there yet. Let's talk about drinking. When you drink different types of drinks, this also affects your energy levels. All the drinks that have a lot of processed sugars in it, so these are all the soft drinks and so on, they are our number one, which means, again, low vibe foods or drinks. For example, water is at 10, is the highest frequency ingredient in your diet. Using the water to heal, to raise your vibration is so important, especially if this is natural water. What I mean by that, if this is the water that was not mixed with any other thing, so that the water is clear. In some countries, you have clear water in the tap, and in some countries you don't. So you really have to just check the levels, the frequency of your water. Drinking from the natural stream is the best way, or, just creating the opportunity for you to drink a lot of water that was not infused with any other ingredients. You also drink a lot of other drinks, let's say alcoholic drinks. These are our number two, which means that yes, you can use alcohol and enjoy alcohol, but if alcohol is part of your daily routine, this is lowering your vibration, creating a lot of leakage of energy in your energy field. Also coffee, you drink a lot of coffee. Coffee is on number 3, which means it's a little bit better than alcohol, but still is creating a lot of blockages, especially around your 7th chakra, putting like a head over your head, not allowing you to have connection with your source and being in total alignment through all your 7 bodies. For example, also some other drinks that you are drinking regularly, let's say teas. If a tea is herbal one, it's on number 8. If a tea is a real tea, like a black or green tea, it's the same as coffee. It's on number 3 because of the ingredients in the tea. Yes, you can drink everything, but just make sure that this is not your daily habit because it will lower your vibration. We can also talk here about other supplements or things that you are using. For example, if you are supplementing yourself with different vitamins, minerals, and so on, you also just have to check, is the ingredient inside of this supplement coming from a natural source or is created in a lab? And again, I encourage you to reach for the supplements that are naturally sourced. If we talk about other drugs that are actually polluting your vibrational field, like nicotine and other drugs, psychedelics even, you have to understand that they have each of them has different vibration. So you also need to be aware of them affecting your vibrational field. When this is the topic for another day, so we will talk more later. But just to know that all the drugs are creating disturbance in your nervous system and in your brain. So you have to be really careful not using the drugs daily, because this will affect and lower your vibrational frequency. At this point, we also have to talk about your overall attitude or relationship towards your food. Because if you eat food and you love eating this food, that you bring the non-judgmental environment when you eat your foods, this will most definitely affect your experience. But let's say that you are drinking a lot of alcohol, even if this is high quality wine, and you enjoy it, still you will enjoy the wine, but the frequency of wine cannot go so much higher than the frequency of its existence. And to know that is to understand that, yes, it's better to be in love with the foods you eat, to not judge yourself to eat the foods, but at the same time understand that even though you love your coffee cannot be a high frequency food or drink, a beverage. Let's talk about sugar. Sugar you'll find in fruits, you will find refined sugar in the sweets and cookies and so on. If you find sugar in natural environment, meaning in the fruit, so that the sugar was not extracted from the fruit, sugar is not bad for you. But if you eat sugar that was extracted from its natural source, it's not good for you. It's acting like a drug. And I see that you are eating a lot of snacks, a lot of even the healthy ones, and you think that they are good for you. Well, if there is a lot of sugar inside, this is disturbing your hormonal balance, your nervous system, your brain, your vibrational field. So no, sugar is on number one with all the processed foods. And there are so many other parts of your diet, but this is like the generally looking into your diet to understand what is good and what is not good for you, depending on the vibration in which you currently are. In order for you to become a high vibration person, just start reaching for foods that are high vibe, and this will automatically impact your vibration. And also understand that when you have a bad day, you will most definitely not want to eat a carrot. You will most definitely want to eat a cake, let's say. Why is that? Because your vibration is low, even though normally it's high. That day, in that situation, your vibration is low. And this is why you crave the foods that are lower vibrational foods. How you can shift your relationship towards the food is to just slowly start accepting that there are foods that have high frequency and foods that have low frequency. And when you feel bad, you don't want to eat a food that will even lower your frequency. So even though it doesn't come naturally to you, when you feel bad, don't buy a cake. Go and eat a salad. And you will feel strange, but let me tell you, the vibration in which you are will most definitely shift. I encourage you to take all these guidelines that I've shared with you lightly. Don't judge yourself, but just use this as a guidance, how you can shift your vibration by also shifting the diet or the lifestyle of how you eat your food. To conclude, I want you to know that You are an energy being. You are a vibration. Everything that you eat is a vibration. And if you want to feel healthy, be vital, be juicy, young, full of life, just choose the foods that their vibration is the same. And this will be your reality. With so much love for you, Archangel Raphael. I wish clarity you received today has touched your heart, expanded your consciousness, and inspired you to become conscious leader of your life. If it has, please leave a review, share some love, or share this episode with your loved one. And let's stay connected on Instagram at Tjaša Dorelay. And remember, your vibration creates your situation.